Here's your passage translated into slow-paced emotional English, keeping the tone warm, reverent, and engaging. Opening, greeting, and introduction. Have you ever wondered, who is the most gifted, the greatest healer in all of human history? Hippocrates? No. Alexander Fleming, the man who discovered penicillin and opened the era of antibiotics? Not him either. Edward Jenner, the father of vaccines? Still no. So who then is truly the number one doctor of all time? The answer is Jesus Christ. Why is Jesus called the greatest physician? Because he did not only heal the body, he also healed the soul. He healed without a single pill, without surgery, without modern medical machines. With only the power of his spoken word, diseases, no matter how severe, were instantly gone. The deaf heard, the blind saw, the mute spoke, the paralyzed walked. Even the dead were raised back to life. And above all, he had a heart overflowing with infinite love for all humanity. He healed freely, without asking anyone for a single coin. Bible stories. Jesus heals the sick. As a Christian, you have probably heard many stories of Jesus reaching out to the sick and the poor, touching their lives, and transforming them forever. Story 1. The man born blind. A man blind from birth had sat by the roadside for many years, living in total darkness. Jesus did not use eye drops. He did not perform surgery. He simply spat on the ground, mixed the mud, and placed it on the man's eyes. Then he said, "Go, wash in the pool of Siloam." When the man obeyed, his eyes were opened, and for the first time, light flooded into both his body and his soul. Story 2. The paralyzed man at Bethesda. A man who had been paralyzed for many years lay on his mat, unable to move. Jesus came near and asked, "Do you want to be healed?" The man replied, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool." Jesus said, "Get up, pick up your mat, and walk." Immediately, strength surged through his body. He stood up and walked. No physical therapy, no painkillers, only the word of Christ. Perhaps you wonder, how could Jesus heal without medicine? What was the mechanism? From a Christian perspective, it was a miracle, the power of God. From a scientific view, there is the mind-body connection. Faith and absolute trust can trigger the placebo effect, easing or even removing symptoms in certain cases. When a person believes with all their heart that they will be healed, the nervous and endocrine systems can adjust immune function, reduce inflammation and pain, and speed recovery. Social and emotional factors also play a role. Those suffering from mental strain, trauma, or psychosomatic illness can experience powerful relief through deep spiritual encounters. Many illnesses have roots in worry, stress, and the crushing pressures of life. When those are lifted, the body often follows into healing. These miracles reveal something profound. Jesus healed not only the body, but also the deep wounds of the heart. He knew a healthy body with a troubled soul is not true healing. He replaced fear with peace. He turned despair into hope. He forgave sin and set the heart free, and all of it flowed from his unconditional love for humanity. Even today, modern medicine has advanced greatly, yet there are still illnesses medicine cannot touch. Anxiety, depression, loss of hope, emotional wounds. Jesus still heals today, through prayer, which releases bitterness and long-held pain that can make us sick, through fasting, which reminds us to care for our bodies, avoiding excess that can lead to heart disease and joint problems, through steadfast faith, which gives us strength to endure hardship and keep our eyes fixed on Him, knowing that good things will come. If today you feel weary, sick, or wounded in your soul, come to Jesus, pray, trust, and let Him touch your life. Because He is the greatest physician in human history, the healer who needs no scalpel and no pill, the giver of eternal life. Thank you for listening. If this message touched your heart, please share it with your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe, so together we can discover more of the miracles Jesus works in our lives. If you'd like, I can also make a slower paced version with pauses marked for voiceover, so it flows naturally for a 10-minute reading. That would make it even more emotionally engaging for listeners.